Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Brawley. I'm here with another collection video with my ps1 collection, and this time I'm doing a bit chunk. I'm gonna try to get them out the way faster. But again, just let me know what y'all want in the comments, and like we can get to it. All right, the first game is Rhapsody, a musical adventure. It's by Atlas. It's one of my favorite brands of games. Like from I think it's like it's Atlas. So this plays like, what's the game name? It's it plays like Disgaea, and like I really enjoyed this game when I first got it. I think it's a music based game too. I think you can use songs to do attacks and everything, and like it got and the whole soundtrack is included into this case. It's complete. So like it's one of the rare uncommon games that I don't think that's expensive in price, but it's just uncommon to you wouldn't find this anywhere really. Well, tell the truth, it could be expensive. I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, yo. Let's move on. Okay, the next game is Valkyrie Profile for the PS1. This is a rare game. I actually know this is a rare game, and I think the price tag is over $100 if I'm not mistaken. But I like Valkyrie Profile, but I just don't like the system on the older editions where each character is assigned to a button on the controller. I don't really care for that playstyle, but it could be sweet though. So, so like I, so like I don't know about. I might give it another chance, but I do like the Valkyrie profiles on the PS3 and the PS4 remastered version. I love the tactical strategy, a military thing they got going on. It's a very awesome concept, but yeah, with this one though, I know it's actually rare. So if y'all know the price tag on Amazon and eBay or PriceChart.com, just let me know and tell me what y'all got inside y'all collection. All right, moving on. Next is actually a game that's kind of popular for a lot of people. I actually had people that wanted me to sell this to them, but this hard to find. Azure Dreams. I heard it's like a kind of dungeon-based tower RPG game where it's like Pokemon, where you go in a tower and you collect these monsters and like you can use them to get higher in the tower. I think it's like a game called Tower like of on Jiraga, and it's basically where you can get these monsters and you can climb to the top of the tower and tame them, and like you can search eggs and then you can grow them and everything. So and like you can spend profits to build up the town. I'm just reading this now because totally forgot how this game plays. But I heard it's actually very rare. So that's awesome, and I got the complete manual and everything because y'all know how I do. Like, I'm a collector, so I need everything. Shoot. But to move on. This is a game that I actually like the art style and the gameplay, but for some reason I couldn't get on like get into it. It's Beyond the Beyond. Um, the art style is kind of like a battle axe looking kind of art style. And if you ever played that on the Sega Genesis, you know what I'm talking about. But on like it's an RPG game, and like I actually think it's a great system. But I think it's like when your main character dies, it's completely game over instead of your other characters can bring them back. So I hate game systems like that. But like it's an awesome game. Like I got on the complete set and everything. All right, next. This actually is not an RPG, but is one of my favorite games of all times. Just one of them is Metal Gear Solid. It's crazy how I was a kid and I seen my cousin playing this, and I actually thought that it looked cool, and I actually wanted to play it. I was a kid, and like it got some of the best story ever. I love the Metal Gear Solid franchise. It's trash now because on the God, I forgot the creator name, but on like he left, so it's like they just trying to milk it dry with all these little, I forgot these machines that they set up. I forgot what they called, but the machines and with on Metal Gear Survive, I think that is horrible. Like, I didn't even waste my time even getting it. So like, I'm just sticking to the OG, and like, I love the Metal Gear series. I really do. Awesome game. Next is a Metal Gear Solid, the VR missions. It's basically like, you can play as the ninja, and you can do a bunch of on VR missions and stuff, and it's very wacky and fun. So like like it's an awesome little game, but it's nothing to be taken serious. I don't think. All right, move to the next one. Well, the next one is Dragon Ball GT on Final Bout. That came out of nowhere, right? This game is fucking horrible, but I love Dragon Ball Z, so like I had to add it in my collection. But for its time, it was actually fun when I first played it. But now when you look back on it, it's so broken and slow. So like I could never recommend somebody playing this right now in this age with the new Dragon Ball Z games out. But again, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, hey on this something to put in your collection. All right. Next, I said the next two is these two is some of my favorite games of my childhood, where I love the combat, I love the voice acting and everything. Worms. I used to love playing Worms so much. Like the way they talk shit when you blow them up, and like the whole environment is destructible. Like I used to do some sweet ass ninja shit. Like jump and swing from like a piece of ceiling and then blast the other worm with the bazooka. Awesome game series. Awesome game series. If you want something fun and you can pick up and put down, Worms. Next is a game called Distraga. Um, it's a game. It's a fighting game where like I heard this actually very popular, and I saw it. I'm sitting on a shelf in the flea market, so like I had to hurry up and pick it up. It's actually a rare game, and I think it's rare in price too. Like, I'm not 100% sure, but I played about 10 minutes of it, and like I enjoyed it. It was a good fighting game, and that's all I really know on it. I ain't really go too deep on it, but like if y'all know about this game, I'll let me down. I mean, let me know in the comments section below. Okay, next. This is funny. When I first saw this, I thought it had something to do with the actual anime. It's One Piece mansion, but it's actually where like a puzzle type of game where I think you're the owner of a mansion and you have the people and you have tenants and like you got to make them happy all throughout the game. I think you got to keep them from moving out, doing crazy stuff where they blow up parts of the mansion. So like it's a cool little puzzle house game if that makes any sense. I don't know, but like I don't think this is rare in price. It's just uncommon. Next is the same thing. I remember playing this as a kid, but I'm not 100% sure that it's the same game. But it's basically All Star slamming D-ball. That sounds horrible, but it's basically dodgeball with like special powers and stuff. And I think I remember playing this as a kid, and this is an awesome game, very awesome game. I might pop it in and see how it plays again. Let's say if I have time. Oh yeah, plus I don't know if it's rare or uncommon. So if y'all know, let me know. Next is one of my favorite. cartoons when I was a kid. Beyblade. Boy, I used to love some Beyblade, boy. I forgot the main character name is, but I think his rival was Kai. That was my favorite. That was my dude right there. Boy, you talking about? I used to love some Beyblade when I was a kid. Awesome, awesome anime. And like the game is actually very fun too if you into Beyblade. All right, like I think it's an uncommon game. It's not really rare. I think you got it for $5. I mean $6. So you know. Okay, next was a cool little fighting game that me and my dad used to play a lot when I was a kid. A Fighting Force. Awesome game. It's like basically a 3D on Streets of Rage kinda. And it's an awesome story, awesome fighting, awesome backgrounds. It was just a very, very, very intuitive game when I was a kid. Like I, I really enjoyed this game when I was a kid. Awesome game. Okay, next is actually a game that I've never really heard of and never really got into, but I heard it was one of the best fighting games for its time. It's Rival Schools. Like I heard this game was actually very good for its time and very rare. I think it's very rare too because I paid a pretty penny for this game. So like this game is very awesome. I played probably a few matches, and I think it even got special guests. I think it got on Sakura from Street Fighter. I think it do. Like I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, for its time, I heard this game was like it was one of the best games, the best fighting games out there, and I think it's very rare too. All right, moving to the next one. To me, I think this series, is better than Resident Evil. I might get a lot of smoke for that, but I want all the smoke. Nah, I'm just playing. but but yeah, this is one of my favorite series. Parasite Eve. Parasite Eve 1 and 2. I love this series. I have such fond memories of this series because when I first played it, it played just like a Resident Evil. So then I was okay, this is cool. And there's this one boss where it's this dude. He's like kind of real tall and he's wearing a gas mask. And he just kept killing me. He kept killing me. And I was like, what the hell going on? How am I supposed to beat him? And this is funny, like I done made it halfway through the game. Our first part of the game was just, playing like, like a Resident Evil game. So then finally I was just upset and I went to press some buttons and then I found out she can use magic, like use little special techniques and magic. And I blasted him. I was like, oh, let's fucking go. So then like you know, this turned into one of my favorite like games, third person, like scary games where like it plays like OG Resident Evil. But to me, I think they should remake these or come out with a new Parasite Eve with like the Resident Evil 2 remake engine. I think that would be awesome, awesome series and awesome game. I might replay them. Shit. Okay, next. These two games I think is so awesome for its time, and it still has. And to me, a game in this age still has not done what this series has done, and it needs to be brought back. It's it's Bushido Blade. I love some Bushido Blade. I think part one is better than two because part one is more fluid and more deadly. Like you can literally get caught and take a sword to the head and be dead, dead in one hit. The same thing with an arm or a leg. You can end up hurting somebody's body part so bad until you crawling on the ground trying to still fight, but you can't move. What kind of realistic shit is that they did this back on the PS1? Just imagine what they can do with on the technology they got today if they brought this game back. I don't understand. Like, if I was Square, I would bring this game back with the same mechanics. Oh, you talking about it be one of the best samurai, like on fighting games of all time. Like I love the combat system. Gotta love the combat system. I don't like part two that much because I think it's kind of still the same thing, but they made it more easy. So like if you get hit in the arm or the leg, I think it won't hurt you as bad. So it's more easy for I guess newcomers or whatever. But part one is where it's a beast. Like I mean, you get hit directly in your leg is gone, and you are straight. Like you can still kind of win, but it's very like it's very luck based, and I love it. It's skill based and luck based. Like like I can literally be getting my ass handed to me by you, and just let you just drop your guard, and I catch you in your neck or your head with a sword. You is out for the you down, you dead. So so like to me, I think it's one of the best games. But that's all for today, y'all. This is actually a long video, 15 minutes. I think it's one of the longest videos I ever done. But I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to do more like this. So like, I'm like if y'all, if y'all like my content, I'll subscribe, share, and press the bell button at the bottom so you can get my post. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, y'all. I'm out.